Hi, this is Jonathan Su from Zarian Software, and on today's video we're going to be implementing a segmented option list. Now a segmented option list is where you have two option lists or more, and each option list is going to be defined based by the previous selection. So what I mean by that here is if I have an employee chosen 1 through 6, then what should happen is for this bottom option list, only a subset of these activities 1 through 30 will be shown. Now currently our segmented option list is not implemented. We're going to be building that in today's video, but I wanted to show you what the form looks like before we actually build out this solution. Now over here what I have is my first option list of employees and my second option list of activities. On my third tab I have my form builder here with the two pick list elements. Now this first pick list is called employee, and that's going to be important because we want to base the selection of our activity off of this choice. Now going back to my option list manager, you'll notice that the option list has three key properties: the sort order, the label, and the key value. Your sort order is going to be the number that represents the arrangement inside of the option list. So 0 is what is shown first, 5 is what is shown last. These numbers can be changed and altered to rearrange the ordering of your options if you'd like. Your label is going to be the text that is shown on the app itself. So you'll see the word employee with a capital E and a space between the number. And finally, the key value is what is stored in the database table. So that's your actual data point. Now, if you want your label and your key value to match, you are able to do that. However, be advised that your key value has certain restrictions, like not being allowed to use commas and other special characters. So sometimes they cannot actually match. Moving over to my second option list, this is where we're going to be doing most of our work. Now, because we only want to have a subset of the options shown here, depending on the employee, we're going to be incorporating what's called a condition value. Now, the way a condition value works is a condition value can evaluate to either true or it can evaluate to false. If the condition is true, then that option will be shown. However, if the condition is false, then the option is going to be hidden. Taking that a step further, so that you don't have to put a condition value for every single option, it actually functions very similar to a stoplight. What I mean by that is, if the condition value is true, think of that as a green light, and that means that cars can go through until the stoplight turns red, and then nothing can go. Your option list is going to be very similar. Once a condition is found to be true, it's going to start displaying options until it finds a condition value that is false. At that point, it will stop showing options until you find another condition value that is true, and then it may start again. So to implement this, we're going to reference the key value using the ZC display key command. And again, like I said earlier, we're going to use the data column name of our employee pick list. We're going to see if it's equal to employee underscore 1, because this is the value here in our key value of our first option list. Now let's go ahead and spread these out a little bit. We can go ahead and say employee number 2 will go here, employee number 3 will be here, employee number 4 will go here. And all we're doing is we're creating ranges to show depending on which employee is chosen. So now that I've created these ranges, the anticipated behavior is that if we choose employee 1, we'll see activities 1 through 5. If we choose employee 2, we'll see activities 6 through 9, and so on. Let me go ahead and save this option list. I'm going to make sure I'm just going to do a quick save across all my tabs, make sure everything is up to date. I'm going to sync my device, hop back over to take a look, and we'll check out our segmented option list. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick an employee, and then I'm going to go down here, and you'll notice my option list is segmented. It starts at activity 10 and it goes until 15. I can choose this. Now what happens if I choose a new employee, 6? My activity clears out because that option cannot be chosen anymore, and I will now have to re-choose from 25 through 30. And so that is how you implement a segmented option list. Now, one final quick tip I have for you. For the parent option list, or the first option list that is used, you'll want to default it to being empty most likely. The way you default an option list to being empty is if you use a -1 inside of these curly braces. Now -1 represents the sort order that is shown. If you noticed here in our option list, sort order start at 0. And so that means if it's -1, that no option is chosen, effectively being empty. So this says I want to start my pick list for employee as being empty, and then you can choose a selection to overwrite that afterwards.